So while many transgender men go for mastectomy, which is removal of the breasts, the phalloplasty is considered to be like most feared surgery, and if they go for phalloplasty and not for metoidioplasty, then many fear the implantation of the erectile device. There are 3 types of hydraulic implants for erectile dysfunction, they say, and those hydraulic implants are made, 2 of them are made for cis men, for men who were born with penises and in their life for some reason have erectile dysfunction. The 2 types are the Coloplast OTR Titan implant, and the other one is the AMS. I have the Coloplast pump implanted. And there is a 3rd one which is made by a Swiss company, Zephyr, ZSI475, but it hasn't been used long enough to say that it's really safe. Each implant will have some issues. So no matter the device, there's a complication rate which is about 70%. I spoke in my previous videos about 50% complication rate. That means that out of people who have any kind of complication associated with phalloplasty, 50% of them, like half of them, will have complications which are from the pump. And a patient which has the pump implanted has about 70% complication rate associated with this pump. So what are the complications? It could be the displacement of the pump inwardly towards your body. So it drags itself back in so that the penis doesn't look hard anymore, or only like the middle, like half of it. The other complication is the dislocation outward. So the tip of the cylinder will rub through your skin. To help minimize this risk, they implant the cylinder not too close to the tip of the penis. And the most difficult complication is the infection, a possible infection. It could come about from skin during implantation, it could come about from the urine. So during the surgery, the implantation site could become contaminated, and then if bacteria grows, germs grow inside a capsule which is built around the implant, then the body cannot cope with such an issue because the germs are inside, like the germs are incarcerated there. They're like caught in there, they can't come out, which means they will multiply and eventually get to the whole 3-part system of the implant. This is why if an infection happens, they actually just remove the pump. So in theory, what happened to me? Everything was good, and the swelling after the surgery, the implantation of the 3-part device went down. There was no infection, which is good because I did the preparations which are required, and because I was lucky, and because the surgeons are great. But one suture got loose before they had to remove the complete sutures. And one was enough, basically. That's what happened. It got open, the wound got a little bit open. I put iodide solution on it, but it didn't help. Eventually, a really small, like needle small hole opened up. It was last Sunday, so from now, 4 days ago. Same day I took a picture and sent it to a surgeon. She told me to go to the emergency within the next week. which is weird to me, right? I went on the next day, which was a Monday. I didn't want to go on a Sunday because they wouldn't operate on me on Sunday when I wasn't dying, right? So I came on Monday and they looked at it and said, well, it's not red, it's not swollen. Yes, it is open and we will look into it in a surgery, but we'll have to schedule you for Wednesday. Wednesday was yesterday. So I had to wait for 2 days for my surgery. And within those 2 days, the side got swollen and it got red and it started hurting. So I prepared for the worst. And the worst would be, I thought, the explantation of the pump. I was operated on yesterday. The suture which opened on the side of the scrotum. In the scrotum on one side there is a testicle, a silicone testicle. On the other side there is the pump with the ventile. And there, where the pump was placed, there was a small suture this big. This is like 1.5 inches long, or 2 or 3 centimeters long. And they sew like this, crosses, you know. And underneath dissolvable sutures. And the blue sutures, they have to be removed on the 10th day after the surgery. And already on the 6th day, one suture got loose. And when they removed the residual sutures, this one, which was already a little bit open, bleeded a little. So the worst, what could happen now is, after they've cleaned up the whole area and sutured back, the worst which could happen is that they don't clean the complete germs out of there. And I don't think it's actually possible to clean them all up. So the worst could be that they close, send me home, and sometime later the bacteria spreads and the whole site gets contaminated once again, and they have to explant the pump again. Not again, but explant the pump. That would be the worst. Until now, they were quite happy with the result. They said the site looked really good. They rinsed it all. And what is really, really good, and I didn't know this is a common procedure here, they took a sample from the wound fluid out of my scrotum before cleaning, and they put them in some growing environment so that they grow. We will wait for a few days and see how much they grow and what grows, what kind of bacteria. And considering that, the type of bacteria, they will optimize my medication. So I already get antibiotics, and they will optimize that. So hopefully all goes well. Fingers crossed. Thanks for watching. You can ask me anything. Stay awesome. Bye-bye.